Hello, happy people. How's everyone doing today? Good. Okay. You must know that this is my first talk in English, so I used to be more worried about falling down in my high heels, but today I'm much more worried about being as much funny as I can be while speaking in Polish. So maybe. Maybe I'll be fine. I'll just do fine. My name is Monika. Most of you might know my blog, Jestem.mabi, where I popularize the knowledge about mobile solutions, where I'm convincing the unconvinced that mobility is not a fashion, not a trend, but it's just our reality. But running a blog or writing a blog is just my hobby. Taking care of this cute little monster consumes most of my time work. His name is Mabdik. That's my own company. We are a mobile UX design studio. We are hiring 7 people. And we are doing only mobile projects. We were the first one, or for sure one of the first companies which is focused only on mobile projects or projects with mobility in mind. We are quite a young company, but we have an honor to work with very demanding clients on very interesting projects. And there's a high probability that if I'm not be funny in front of you, I can be smart. If they trusted in our company, I might know my topic. And I would like to talk about mobile experience design, mobile user experience design. And if you would remember only one word from my speech, I would like it to be micro-interactions. I'm very happy that micro-interactions, that word, came before the break for the first time. And I guess I don't have a lot of time, so let me get straight to the point. Modern mobile users generally tend to fall into 2 camps: gatherers and hunters. Gatherers are looking to browse around, to fill their time. They are less concerned about the outcome of their activities. And when you are designing for gatherers, you should give them fast access to broad information and then find ways to keep them engaged in your app. Hunters are people who want to find a specific piece of information and do a specific task in the smaller number of steps. So when you're designing for hunters, you should focus on features which enables them to achieve the task as fast as they can. You should also minimize any functionality which does not help them. And basically people, especially hunters, reach their smartphones to get the stuff done. How many times are you checking your smartphone? If you don't know, you might install this app, Checky, and it will say how many times you do this. That's my result, 56 times. Not bad, huh? Because some of the stats says that people are checking their phones even 120 times per day. And when I'm reaching my phone, this time is filled with micro-interaction. The first micro-interaction in the morning is when the alarm of my iPhone rings and it wakes me up. I slide to disable it and then roll back to sleep. So the micro-interactions are the industry description of people checking their mobile devices for information. And micro-interactions can be done okay, and then you won't even notice that they are present in your life. They can be done very well, and you will be surprised and satisfied that, wow, that work fast, and that's great. Or if they're poor, then you will notice that they exist. And for example, let me give you one. For example, you are searching through your favorite shopping app, find the product you want to buy, you're adding to a cart, then you go to checkout process, and then that error comes to your screen. And error domain, error 3, I don't know what this is. I bet your users do not know either. Other example, the same thing with unwanted emails. If I open this email on my telephone, at the above there's a there's a link unsubscribe from the email, and I'm clicking this link, and this shows sign out failed. There's another link. There's another link down there. Wypisz z my linku reklamowego, and the same thing. Error again. By the way, I guess what's the difference between newsletter, then inbox, and mailing reklamowe? It's very curious. Okay, the Allegro app. What's missing over here on the screen? Come on. Forget password, yes. And if you don't think if a forgot password option is important, you must be aware of the fact that it's #1 issue for help desk on almost every online services. And if I won't be lucky over here, I just need to turn to my computer, which I don't want to do that because I'm holding my phone and I want to do this thing with my phone only. And the truth is that mobile has reprogrammed our customer brains. We don't want to wait for anything. So well-designed micro-interactions can help us to keep us calm. And micro-moment is about doing one thing and doing it good. I will give you 3 examples of good designs, micro moments. First example is the message in iOS 8. Right now I can answer my friend faster than I was able to do this in iOS 7. The other example is the Umbrella app. When I'm going to Umbrella app, I don't need to open the app to learn, should I take Umbrella today or not. By the way, it's a new trend in designing mobile apps. The future of apps, no apps, just the good notifications of the apps also. And the last thing, the last example, Google Now. When I'm heading to a meeting, I just need 2 taps to email all the attendants that I will be late and I will arrive in 10 minutes. So that is really quick, and that helps me to support my tasks, support what I need to do. And you can think about micro interactions as the emotional connections with the users. The difference between a product you love and you hate or tolerate just is often the micro interactions that you have with it. So, why I want to give more love to SkyCash? SkyCash is one of our clients, and SkyCash is actually a Polish mobile app which lets you pay for different services on your smartphone, especially bus tickets, train tickets, movie tickets. It's one of the most popular apps in Poland of this kind, I think. It has a monthly active users, 170,000 monthly active users who makes 400,000 transactions every month. In March, there were 415,000 of transaction. Are there any SkyCash users in the audience? Yes, so you might be quite interested in what we have done with this project. But first of all, when we did a cognitive walkthrough through this app, we identified 3 main problems. The first problem was illogical information architecture, because SkyCash, its scope of possibilities is continuously being extended. And you can find the options on the dashboard, then you can find the options in the sidebar, and then you can find options above the button Więcej. So there are options everywhere and they're not very nicely organized. Problem number 2 was confusing navigation patterns, especially, for example, in the section favorites. And it's a really big problem when iOS users need to struggle with Android navigation patterns. So, for example, if they want to delete an item from a list, they need to tap and hold, which is very untypical for iOS platform. Problem number 3. Too long completion of simple tasks. For example, buying a ticket for a bus. There are 3 screens you need to go through to define what kind of ticket you actually want, and then you can go to the payment confirmation. Please keep this process in mind. I will just give you in a second how does it look like just right afterwards. And obviously, we also did the user observations. To prove if we are right or not, we have conducted user observations, and thanks to them, we knew what problems are crucial and which issues are problematic only from our point of view, which means that they were not as much as important, for example, as we have previously thought. We also have taken a deep dig in SkyCash stats. We were wondering what are the most popular operations. We wanted to know how much time users spend in the app and what else is going on in this app. So the Pareto principle is present over here because it means that 20% of people, of active users makes 80% of all transactions. Average usage time is 4 minutes, but for example, for dealing with one operation, for example, buying a parking ticket or buying a bus ticket, the average time of this kind of transaction is, for example, 15, some sort of 15 seconds, which still we thought that it's too long. So our aim was to shorten this time. And to state the obvious, we have conducted a typical UX design process. It doesn't matter if you are designing a website or you are designing a mobile app, you still need to stick with the best practices. So first we did the sketching, then we did the mock-ups. We cover every process, every section, every screen with it. And for example, those are the mock-ups of buying ticket process. And we tried to fit the 3 screens on one screen. So just when you're defining what type of ticket you're interested in, you need only one screen to go through to do that. So right now it takes around 5 seconds to complete it. Previously, user needed at least, as I said, 10 seconds or the average 15 seconds. Okay, so let's check the new graphical user interface design. I must state at the beginning that it's still ongoing project, so it's still in the graphical design phase. It hasn't been developed yet. And a big thank you to Tomek Krajewski from SkyCash that he agreed for me to show you the new design. And this is our proposition of a new design of a SkyCash. This is the dashboard. Okay, and so the most important thing, what were the biggest improvements that we have introduced? First of all, we have introduced the menu bar, the bottom menu bar, with 3 main tabs according to 2 most popular operations. The first one, tickets, different types of tickets: train tickets, bus tickets, movie tickets. The second tab, parking, buying parking time, and the third tab, other services. We have simplified the options. Previously, there were 3 options to choose in buying parking time. Right now, there are 2 options, which means it's easier for user to decide whether he wants to start the parking time right now and stop it whenever he wants to, or just declare in advance how long he will be parking in some place. What's more, easier access to active tickets. On the dashboard, you can see a place for the tickets you have active. So it's very important in case of control. That's why the average time of usage was something about 4 minutes, because users were holding the app in order of control. This way, this idea gives them an easier access to tickets and make. I think it will reduce their effort to do this. And the tiny little details, for example, easier city change. It's little details that matters, and the little details that just look fine. To sum up, I would like to say that number of tab matters very much. For example, B.J. Fogg from Stanford's University make some sort of experiment, and he looked for different ways for opening emails to make opening emails more difficult to him. He was email addict, so he found that just adding a few extra steps make him less likely to check his email. So he moved email app icon for the last page of his smartphone, then put it to the nested group, and then just noticed that making a few more steps to go through this nested group makes him more effort to do that. So adding just 2 more steps makes a difference. For example, if you are Facebook addict or email client addict also on your mobile phone, you don't need to erase it, just put on the last screen. You might check if it works for you also. So the more the better, the faster the better. That's the golden rule. I think it should be very important. It matters if something takes 12 seconds or 60 seconds. Times matter very much in a mobile context, so I encourage you to build tools that user will use to leave all the temporary distractions and to focus on users' primary goal and primary actions they want to achieve while holding your mobile app in their hands. And to sum up, I have a few takeouts from my speech for you. First of all, in 2015, I think we can finally talk not only about designing mobile apps, but designing them right and taking care about user experience in their app. And it's about time to take care of it in order to make more return on investment in mobile channels. The second thing, which might be obvious, that design details are the essential, and user satisfaction is in the details. The third thing that is very important for me, that I'm not saying if SkyCash is pretty or not, if it's beautiful or not, because it actually doesn't matter. Good design is not about making a pretty things that you can pass on Behance or Dribble or anywhere else. The design is about making something usable and intuitive. So the beauty of the product will be a result of those two things. And first and foremost, design is measurable on a scale from frustration to design. So if I would say, take a homework from my speech, I would like to wish you to push your app from the realm of just usable to delightful. And the goal of successful app is to become one of the micro moments of a person's day-to-day activities. And I wish you good luck on it. And if you might need a helping hand, we are here for you. But just for now, thanks a lot for joining me here today.